Well, good morning. Honey locust piece and get it turned. It's been a while since I've turned a locust. I'm sure it's going to be probably kind of fun. It's pretty hard wood. I think if I keep the tools sharp, we'll do fine. So let's get started. Get the rest a little bit closer now that I've got some of the rough spots off of it where it's not going to hit. There we go. Double check the tailstock, make sure it's tight. It's actually not turning too bad. It's turning pretty nice. And I want to double check the chuck every once in a while. Make sure we're not going to have any problems here. We should be fine. Alright, so I'm going to start kind of turning up the side of it here now. There we go. There's going to be some really pretty grain in this one. Locust always makes for a nice bowl turning. Very showy. Keep on going. Okay, let's get this a little bit closer. Now I'm going to switch over to Alright, I've got to get these flat spots out of here, so we've got to turn it down quite a bit. Now, those cutters could be a little aggressive and really take a lot out, so almost we're working right at that flat edge and getting that flat edge off of there, but it's coming out really nice. It's going to be a pretty bolt. Let's keep on getting it. I got to run over and sharpen my gouge. Now I like to get it kind of rounded off before I start using this. This makes it a little easier on me. see what we got here. We got like a double step there. I may pronounce this one a little bit more and that one a little bit more. I think it'll look good on this bowl because it'll give you different views of the cross grain. Kind of give it some dimension, some depth. It's still a little punky up here at the top, so some of that's going to come off. Got to keep our rest in close. So I'm going to switch it around now. Get it that way. While I'm cutting the bowl down and getting into, make sure I'm into all good wood and everything, I try different features to see which one I like. Before, I had a flat then cutting in, and I decided, well, maybe I'll do a sweep back in because it'll pronounce this grain right in here a little bit more. So I wanted to see how that looks. So having a round, because you're diving into that little tip there, and then a nice shear cut. I think that looks better. So you kind of change it as you go. It's just, that's part of the process. You have a general idea, but that's just how you do it. But now I'm going to go ahead and get some more of this. This is actually a little high here. It needs to get sheared off some. Alright, other than cleaning this up here and working on this top a little more, we should be, I'm going to go ahead and get a, I want to make a mortise in here, and we'll just spin it around. But some of this is still kind of punky up here, so I'm going to round this over a little bit more. I may end up having to come back and redo this. Just got to see how it looks once some of that's gone. I just want to see if I can get down to some of that soft stuff. Just clear it out of my way so I can kind of see where I want to go with it. It goes pretty deep down here, so not happy about that, but it is what it is. So I think I'm going to use this line right in here as a reference for the bowl. So I want to go ahead and get that cleaned up next and get us some mortise in here, and then we'll kind of mess with that front and side in a little bit here. And remember to raise this up a little bit. Different for each tool. Alright. I like having all the different angles in some of this wood because it really helps to show off the features. So, and then that's not actually the mortise because I want that to be rounded. The mortise is going to actually be even deeper. But I feel comfortable I can take the tailstock off now and get it out of the way, so we'll do that. I also learned to take this tailstock, it's so pointy, I've had it come back and hit me in the arm. I got cut to my side of my arm and on my elbow, so I take it off, get it out of my way. And I need to move you guys too. Alright, and I used the detailing tool just to give my dovetail cut. Alright, I think that's pretty clean. I think a lot of that will sand. I don't need to use a scraper on it. Came out pretty good, so let's try, let's see what sandpaper I got here. This is some 220, well used. Let's see what it does. It did okay. I got a couple spots I need to cut down a little more, so I'm going to have to run over here and grab something a little more aggressive to sand that out with. It's got a few little small lines in there, so let me go grab a different pad here. Alright, it's time to get a little sanding done. I'm going to start off pretty aggressive with some 80 grit. This is hard material. That's the only way I'm going to get any of these little lines out of there. Doesn't be too bad. Like I say, even using the heavier grit, this stuff's so hard. It'll get smooth as can be even with a heavier grit. So you almost need to use the heavier grit I got a little bit of lines right there I got to work out, but it's a few little lines in there. Pushing pretty hard on it, that's why it's grabbing my hand. Not too bad. I mean, this stuff just sands as smooth as can be. It's so hard, but you got to kind of push on it a little bit. It's getting there. A few little more lines in there. I'm going to turn it in reverse because I can reach it better if I'm over here. It's easier for me to, I can also see what I'm doing. The part of the nice thing about having a machine with reverse, when you're over here, you can't really see here. But in reverse, you can sand and do stuff over here on this side. Gives you a better visual to work on a piece with. You don't have to have it, but it sure helps a lot. I think that's got it good enough. I'm gonna get this thing all vacuumed up and cleaned up, and we'll put a finish on it. Okay, it's time to put a coat of shellac on the inside. On this front rim right here. A lot of character in this material. Locust can be quite pretty. Put a light coat on the outside here. I'm going to get it on my chuck. Make sure I clean it off. I just give it a few minutes and then I go ahead and run it on the lathe. Just run and air dry. This stuff dries like in 5 minutes, so it doesn't take very long. And running it and spinning it keeps it all even. I can see a few little run spots, but just give it a little bit. Spin it a teeny bit. I see a couple spots I didn't get. So that just kind of helps some of the any overspray, keeps it from getting built up in one spot. I missed a spot right in there. Alright, now I'll just run it. I turn the speed down. As low as it'll go, just kind of let it run for a while. That kind of evens it out in the bowl, and air helps to dry it. Alright, I'll bring you back when we get it finished up. Alright, well, this little locust bowl turned out really nice. It's got a lot of character to it. I like having multiple angles because it helps to show off the grain. And of course, I like the bottom to be just as interesting as the top. Give me a big thumbs up and a like, and if you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate it if you would subscribe and give me your support. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Beautiful bowl.